Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News. For this edition, I'm joined by Steve Curtis, Chief Executive of Caledonia Mining. Regular viewers will know that Caledonia is listed on the London stock market, on the AIM market there, also on the New York Stock Exchange. It has a ticker of CMCL and a market capitalisation of £107 million. Steve, welcome back. It's been another strong quarter for Caledonia Mining. Can you quickly run us through the highlights, please?
Yes, thank you, Tim. Thanks for having us again. Yeah, Tim, you're right. A very strong quarter, and we're on a journey moving from last year's production up to the 80,000 ounces, which is our target for next year. So we need strong quarters. We need to demonstrate that we can achieve. But we had a fantastic one, 16,700 ounces, which is an all-time record for a Q2 at Blanket. That generated 30 million in turnover, 31% higher than the comparable quarter. The important numbers: gross profit of nearly 14 million, 50% up on the comparable quarter, and then even more important, cash. We generated nearly $13 million of operating cash, and that compared to 4 of the comparable quarter. Yes, some of that has got to do with the gold price, which is fantastic, but it comes down to you've got to get the tons out, you've got to get the ounces out. So high recoveries, which is what we're achieving, and then a very commendable low cost base, where the mine delivered an on-mine cost basis of $715 an ounce compared to $811 of the comparable quarter. So, Blanket is renowned for being able to control costs, and as we are ramping up, they're proving that those economies of scale will come through. So we are very, very pleased with these results. And if you put it in the context from a shareholder perspective, what they're interested in, take the noise out. We had to write off an exploration property that we decided to move away from. So take the unusual items out, and we had adjusted earnings per share for the quarter of 62.7 cents. And that's against a dividend of 13 cents a quarter. So from a shareholder perspective, I hope they recognize that this mine is capable of delivering the returns that they're looking for.
You mentioned there the tonnage you produced. It's a record. It's a record tonnage you produced in the quarter. Now that's going to be driven, I suppose, by the central shaft, which, as we all know, you self-funded and you completed quite recently. It's transforming production at the mine. Can we expect this trend in production to continue in the second half of 2021 as you do ramp up towards hopefully 80,000 ounces in 2022?
Yes, Tim, it must. For the half year, we achieved just below 30,000 ounces. Our guidance is for this year is somewhere between 61 and 67,000 ounces. So we need to produce more gold in the second half of the year. We'll do that by increasing tonnage, controlling the recoveries, and managing the grade. So yes, tons must ramp up, and I've stated before, and our intention is to be able to achieve the required run rate from a tons point of view that will deliver 80,000 ounces in 2022. So we're running at just below 2,000 tons a day at the moment. We need to get up to about 2,200, 2,300 tons a day by the end of the fourth quarter, and that puts us in good stead for the 80,000 ounces. And we achieve that now by using central shaft and fore shaft. Central shaft is moving a lot of development waste out from the low levels of the mine where it goes to, and fore shaft is therefore relieved of the burden of moving production waste out, and it's got the capacity to move more mineralized ore. And that's where we're going to get this 2,300 tons a day out of existing infrastructure, and the plant can cope with it, and that's what we're ramping up to. So yes, look out for higher production numbers.
Okay. Obviously, Caledonia, very well known for operating the Blanket mine in Zimbabwe, producing the gold, paying the dividends. But historically, you've been seen, I guess, as a very much a single site operator, the blanket mine. Now, recently, you've been branching out. You've done some exploration, or you've bought some exploration assets. I think one of them is Connemara North. What can you tell us about exploration within Caledonia? What's coming up next? What are you doing?
Yeah, quite right, Tim. We don't want to be a single asset company going forward. We've done the project at Blanket, so we need to increase our pipeline of assets in the portfolio. So we took options on 2 pieces of ground for us to perform exploration projects there. The one I've already alluded to, Glen Hume, we've done the exploration that we wanted to do to see if we're going ahead, and we're not going to go ahead. So we've terminated that project. Connemara North is there was less information available to us. We've done as much sort of geological modeling on the data that we did have, and we are now at the stage of putting together the exploration budget and conceptualizing how to take the project forward. Do we fly some geophysics and stuff like that, or do we go and start putting holes in the ground? We know where the potential is for the gold. So that is a project that has got, in terms of the option, it's probably got another 10 to 11 months. So we will start getting drills onto the ground, and we will again embark on looking for a resource base that meets our requirements to make it economically viable for us to consider buying the project outright. We've only got an option at this stage, so we first got to buy the project outright, and then decide, is that worth actually taking further and spending more money? So there's still a lot of work to do there. And as everybody knows who follows the exploration game, it is high risk. It is an investment that we need to make if we're going to embark upon this road. But we do need to accept that there will be opportunities in times like Glen Hume where there was gold. We found gold, we found an amount, but it just didn't meet the criteria that justified the further expenditure. So we're excited, and additionally, Tim, we continue to look for other exploration opportunities in Zim, and we've had a list. Some of them have been easier to shake loose and for us to get our hands on. Some are proving a little bit harder, but we persevere. We want to increase our pipeline.
Okay, just one further there, Steve. You said you were looking at other opportunities inside Zimbabwe. Will you be looking outside Zimbabwe as well, or not?
Yeah, I believe so, Tim. We will, because there's only a universe of opportunities inside of Zimbabwe that would match our criteria, and there's also a smallish universe outside of Zimbabwe that would also be appropriate for Caledonia to look at. And we wouldn't be doing our shareholders justice if we didn't look at those. So we're clear about how we want to approach these. What are the hurdles that projects need to meet? What are our investment criteria? How much money have we got? What could we consider allocating capital to? So yes, we will. We are an internationally listed company, got access to markets. Share prices are disappointingly low at the moment, but as long as we've got a good, robust business, we're confident that the cash will be available. So yes, we are looking elsewhere. Okay.
The last time you were on the show, Steve, we were talking about your ESG report, which you just produced, the first one. I hate to tempt fate, and mining is, as we all know, a dangerous occupation, but you've just passed 2 million fatality-free shifts. That's got to be a significant achievement. What does that mean for you? What does it mean for Caledonia?
Well, I haven't been in the mining game that long, but when I see what it means to the technical team and the miners of achieving a milestone like that, and it then just sinks in that 2 million fatality-free shifts, considering we spent 5 years sinking a shaft, which is accepted as one of the most dangerous occupations that you can embark on, deepening a mine, creating new underground developments. It is just an extraordinary achievement. Unfortunately, we had some fatalities in our past, but the program, the Nyansvi program that Dana Roots, our COO, introduced to get staff focused, to get them committed and absolutely dedicated to going back to safety and back to the basics. It's proven of huge value to us, and just to be able to achieve the 2 million fatality-free shifts is something they should be extremely proud of, because that is every person doing the right thing all the time, looking after their co-workers, following process, accepting the environment they're in, but just doing the right thing. So we are very, very proud of everybody who has achieved this.
Oh, congratulations, absolutely. Before we let you go, Steve, just say a great second quarter. What should we be looking out for from Caledonia for the rest of the year?
Well, Tim, as we spoke, production needs to ramp up for us to meet our guidance. We're confident we'll meet our guidance. We also published July's production results in the MD&A. That shows we achieved just shy of 6,000 ounces in a month. If you extrapolate that, you can see production is ramping up. Very good tons, good grade control, good recoveries. But there needs to be more of that. And so what you'll be hearing from us is the results of the third quarter production as we progress to the end of September. There'll be another dividend announcement, I'm very pleased to say, because cash is available. In the next 3 months, it'll probably be too soon to hear anything on the Connemara North, but other opportunities may rear their head. And yeah, we're going to be working very hard as we go towards the year end to get the achievements under the belt, that we can send the absolute positive message to the market that we are fit for 80,000 ounces in 2022. We recognize the challenge. It's a massive leap from where we've come. So we're going to have a lot to talk about, and most of it is going to be driven around production successes and then the very, very well received dividend announcements.
Steve, thanks again for joining us. That was Steve Curtis, Chief Executive of Caledonia Mining. Caledonia operates the Blanket Gold Mine in Zimbabwe, where they produce gold and pay dividends. That's it from Blytheway Business News for today. Thanks for watching.